on how to do a repair on a wall. This was a wall here where it was so bad it literally had to be tore out, as sometimes tenants do. So what we did is we actually drywalled this whole section, and in fact you can see the old paint, the new paint. And now the beautiful thing about spraying knockdown texture, as it's called in the business, is your wall does not have to be perfect. In fact, if you notice right here, you still see a few bumps and blemishes. So, you ready? Let's go ahead. We've got the wall basically what we call basic prep. We're going to get ready for step one. Real quick. While he's getting ready, by the way, we're going to show you what we're going to do. We'll be showing you a finished product. You'll be absolutely shocked because this wall right now is decorated in what we like to call early ugly. Just looks absolutely atrocious. They've taken the trim off the wall and he's getting ready to spray. Alright, we're getting ready to take care of step one. Ryan, what you got there?
Got myself a hopper here full of knockdown mud, mixed really thin. Thinner than a milkshake you would get at McDonald's or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
So make sure you want to keep moving with it. Don't keep it in one spot. Just keep even flow, and if there's an empty space, you just blast it really quick and it should fill in alright.
Alright. Alright Ryan, now I see you just got it textured. It's been what, about, how long has it been? 2-3 minutes?
It's judging on the temperature of the air. The warmer it is, the less you have to wait. If it's colder, I might have to wait maybe 15-20 minutes.
No, what do you mean 15-20 minutes to do what?
To knock it down.
So you're going to knock the wall down?
The whole thing.
Well then why do I want you here? I don't want my house knocked down. No, seriously, explain what knockdown is to us.
Take the knife, up against the mud you just sprayed, knock it down. Flattens it out, gives it a nice modern texture.
Oh, okay, so the knockdown simply means flattening the... Now I see you have two knives. Why do you have two knives?
Usually use the wide one to cover more area when you knock it down. You want to watch for your plaster walls. Usually the walls are very smooth, so but in this case we have drywall and they're a lot flatter, so you don't have to worry about having weird lines in the walls. And
so you just kind of use one to kind of clean it.
Yep.
Okay. So how long would you say then you, on average, wait from spraying time to you start dragging your tool across the wall?
Well, usually in summertime it's about 70 to 80 degrees. You usually have to wait about maybe 5 minutes. In the winter time it's colder out, you don't have any heat. You might have to wait even up to a half hour depending on how cold it is. You don't want to knock it down right away because you just smear it against the wall and it'll look like crap. At least when you let it dry for a little bit and set, it doesn't smear as bad and it looks more uniform and nice.
Now, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? So that because obviously you've done this many times. If I'm the new person and I want to say, well, how do I know when Tell me what I'm looking for on
You
the
can't
wall.
really tell in the video, but if you look closely, you can see little dry marks on the edge of the bumps. Usually when you start seeing just a dry is about when you want to knock it down.
What are you going to do with that hole right there? That is really irritating me.
Gonna knock it down. See, that's even a little bit too wet. It's smearing a little bit, so I'm going to wait a little
Okay,
bit.
I'm glad, not that I'm glad it happened, but, okay, so we're going to wait a few more minutes. Alright, well, let's take a pause break here. Alright, so it's been sitting here for a minute or two. What do we have?
I think it's solid enough for me to knock it down. It won't take much pressure, and should go pretty quickly.
Go ahead and show us your knockdown. Now when that's painted, what's the advantage of doing knockdown versus not doing knockdown on a wall?
It gives a modern look. If there's any kind of little blemishes on the wall, it covers it right up. You can't ever tell.
Now I think you told me earlier that if you paint it with like a satin paint, it's washable and yet it doesn't reflect light, so the wall hides all kinds of imperfections. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. It really doesn't look that hard, does it?
No. Anybody can do this. They don't drop the knife.
Yeah, well.
It doesn't take a special touch. It just gotta be.
Is it hard to learn?
Not at all.
Hey, would you humor me here because we're making a video? Let me try it once. I've never done this, but let's see what happens. Here, hold the camera and you film me. Of course, if it screws up too bad, we may have to edit that out. Okay, so I use the big knife or the short knife?
Use the wider knife.
Okay, use the wider knife. Now, don't push very hard.
Just a light touch.
Okay, light touch.
You push down too hard, you'll smear it and you'll start all over again.
Well, they said I did. Yeah, that ain't too hard. Hey! Look at that. I'll be getting calls from New York, everywhere wanting to hire me to do this. You're better at this than me. Well, look at that. Now watch, I got a little line right here. Now, is that not supposed to be here?
Usually when you have debris in the mud, if you just take that debris out of there and you go in the opposite direction, it takes care of it.
Oh, cool. Well, let me give this back to you because I don't want to mess up this house. Thanks for letting me try it. Well, it goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, usually when it gets a little drier, I just go quicker with it, else we're out of time.
Oh, so you're wanting to go quick.
Yeah.
What would happen if a person didn't do your knockdown technique? Would you simply have a texture on the wall?
Yeah, you just have splattered mud on the wall. It wouldn't look bad, but you wouldn't call it knockdown either.
Well, I guess it would just depend on what you wanted. That's pretty cool. All right, here we are. Just kind of a fun blooper, but this stuff really happens. Ryan forgot to bring his ladder, and we already sprayed. So proper preparation prevents poor performance, or you can stay on the cover to do it. So he's just simply doing more of the same thing up there that he did down there. And the texturing that he got all over the crown molding, you can literally take a wet sponge and a bucket. He likes extra work. Some people tape it off. He just wipes it off when he's done.
It takes more time to tape it out just to clean it.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and show you what it looks like after it's painted. This is a drywall wall. As you can see, the knockdown when it's dry, it just hides everything. I mean, if you have imperfect walls and you really need to get rid of some blemishes. Just does a beautiful job.
They got lucky this wall was already perfect.
What'd you say?
So they got lucky this wall was already perfect.
Yeah. Is that because you built that wall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Now since this is new drywall, you really have one of two choices. You can either hit it with some primer, let it dry, and then paint it, and it'll paint beautiful. Or you can kind of do like we're doing today, just because we figured it doesn't matter, we're going to paint it, and then the drywall will probably absorb some paint, and we'll end up giving it a second coat with the same color. So if you're going to paint it once with primer, once with drywall, or paint it with paint.